The Swedish royal family, including Crown Princess Victoria and her husband Prince Daniel, have endured a turbulent year filled with painful gossip and rumors surrounding their marriage and personal lives. As they prepare to attend a lighthearted royal variety performance at the prestigious Royal Albert Hall alongside the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, it will likely be a welcome respite and chance to relax after the emotional storm they've weathered recently. Persistent whispers have circulated unabated on social media and abroad, suggesting the Crown Princess and Prince's 13-year marriage is struggling, perhaps even reaching a breaking point. While the palace has vehemently denied these hurtful claims time and again, stating they are mean-spirited fiction without merit, the royal couple felt compelled to directly address them this August in a televised interview. Prince Daniel spoke out, rejecting the false allegations that close friends both in Sweden and overseas have worriedly contacted them about. He expressed dismay at the increasing intensity of the ugly rumor mill, but said that after a certain point he and Princess Victoria could no longer remain silent. It seems no matter how often or how strongly the palace attempts to set the record straight, the offensive chatter continues circulating. This wasn't the first time the Swedish royal court has had to combat mistruths regarding Victoria and Daniel's relationship. Last year, they decisively refuted specific divorce assertions about an alleged incredible betrayal that jeopardized their marriage. None of the ongoing gossip has prevented Princess Victoria from admirably carrying out her royal obligations and public events with grace and composure. Just this September, she participated impressively in celebrations honoring her father, King Carl XVI Gustaf's momentous 50 years on the Swedish throne at his Golden Jubilee. The lavish festivities highlighted King Gustaf's remarkable achievement as the first Swedish monarch in history to complete 5 decades of rule. The recent loss of Britain's beloved Queen Elizabeth I has left King Gustaf as Europe's second longest currently reigning monarch after Denmark's Queen Margrethe I marked a half-century on the Danish throne last year. Despite sporting a noticeable wrist brace, Crown Princess Victoria dutifully accompanied Prince Daniel to Berlin just this month to commemorate Germany's somber National Day of Mourning, along with the German President and First Lady as their guests of honor. Through it all, she has continued putting duty first with strength and grace. This year also marked a personal milestone for Victoria and Daniel, as they celebrated 13 years of marriage. They share 2 young children, 11-year-old Princess Estelle, who is second in line to the throne after her mother, and 7-year-old Prince Oscar. The royal couple first met when Daniel, then Daniel Westling, was Victoria's personal trainer at a gym session. Their romance blossomed behind closed doors for years before their engagement was joyously announced in 2009, and hugely anticipated state wedding followed in 2010. While Princess Victoria now seems assured and content by all appearances as she prepares to one day become Queen Regnant, hers has been an uphill battle at times. In the 1990s, a teenage Victoria struggled privately for years with anorexia nervosa as she took on more public royal obligations and experienced intense pressure to perfectly perform her future queenly role. "I wanted all the time to do and be so much more than I realistically could do, or could be," she has said of that period of self-imposed distressingly high expectations that impacted her health and happiness at the time. She continues advocating mental health awareness while speaking openly of her own eating disorder recovery journey. When Crown Princess Victoria ultimately ascends the throne, she will make history as the first ruling queen of Sweden since 1818 thanks to recent equal primogeniture legislation. For most monarchies, male heirs traditionally inherited the throne ahead of older female siblings. But in 1980, Sweden progressed to allow the firstborn child regardless of gender to succeed, a move towards greater equality the British monarchy replicating over 3 decades later. At 45 years old, Victoria has dedicated over half her life thus far to properly preparing to lead her country. After turning 18 in 1995, the future queen began shadowing King Carl and Queen Sylvia at official events to gain invaluable experience. Now second-in-line Princess Estelle is following a similar path, joining her mother at engagements and undertaking training to be ready when the time comes. While Crown Princess Victoria's road has held obstacles and she's made sacrifices for duty, She exhibits tremendous inner strength and remains committed to faithfully serving the Swedish people. Any monarch would be tested by years of ugly gossip targeting their marriage, but the Swedish royal family has denied rumors systematically spread to undermine them. Victoria and Daniel likely crave stability after turbulence created by detached strangers inventing harmful fairy tales. Rather than stifle Swedish royalty, adversity will only empower their voices. This year's royal variety performance promises delightful relief as Victoria and Daniel have certainly earned enjoyable respite from the burdens of public life. The young 20-year-old Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden was supposed to start attending the renowned Uppsala University, but she knew in her heart that she needed to prioritize her mental health and get professional help. So she decisively postponed her acceptance to the university and decided to take a period of self-reflection and healing in the United States instead. While in America, Victoria received vital professional support, which was critical in equipping her with the tools to verbalize, process, and set healthy boundaries around her emotions. As she describes, "In the US, I got professional help, which was really important for me. Just learning to put words to feelings and thus be able to set limits and to not push myself too much, which I found easy. I wanted all the time so much more than I could do or could be." Later, in an interview commemorating her 21st birthday, Victoria revealed that she had overcome the worst and sincerely thanked the media for granting her the privacy she required to recuperate during such a sensitive period. She articulated, "It's not always about external problems. It can also come from within, and it can happen to everyone, not only young girls but also boys." She continued, "I needed time to sort things out and get my balance back again. I needed to get to know myself, discover where my limits were, not constantly push myself too much." Even though navigating this stretch of her life was excruciatingly painful and difficult, which she affirms it takes time and hurts very much, it also serendipitously led Victoria to encounter her beloved husband. She met her now husband, Prince Daniel, who is 49 years old, during doctor-mandated training sessions back when Daniel was her personal trainer. After a long, committed relationship, the two married in 2010 and are currently the proud parents of Princess Estelle, Duchess of Östergötland, age 11, and Prince Oscar, Duke of Skane, age 7. As a full-time working member of the Swedish royal family, Victoria utilizes her role as an ambassador in the Sustainable Development Goals Advocacy Group to advance principally water and health-related causes. Victoria confesses that to this day she still contends with ingrained perfectionistic tendencies. However, she now actively channels these propensities to fuel her deep passion and commitment to serving her country. As she elucidates, the downside is that you will never be completely satisfied. But it's not entirely negative, of course, for this also applies to want to evolve and do my best. And that is what drives me to help Sweden. In the course of the interview, Victoria also commented warmly regarding her daughter Princess Estelle and the similarities she notices in their dispositions. She observes, "She is very courageous and social, and it is an asset in life, and perhaps especially in the role she has. She is very curious about people." She clarifies how Estelle's intrepid and outgoing nature will aid her when she eventually assumes the throne as queen. Victoria traces Estelle's sociability to both herself and her husband, Prince Daniel. While Victoria aims to shelter her children and allow them to relish their youth free from excessive public attention, she intends to progressively acquaint them with their obligations as royals over time. Dear friend, if you like everything new about the royal family and don't want to miss all the novelties, subscribe to our channel and like it. By doing so, you take part in our development. We work for you.